now in the Black Box with Spider Loc, Most Easty, aka BJ Keyway, and the Google Gang. Let's go!
Listen.
Gratitude is the attitude. Show is a blessing. To be back in the Black Box. Black Box.
Relax, roll up as we randomly react to content in these YouTube streets. Yeah. It's time for R&R.
Smack with that hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spider Loc. You know, I'm in the Black Box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.
What it do, y'all? As the constant, consistent, continuous content creation campaign continues, we finna hit the corner over here on my boy Kev Mack. His title is South Central Los Angeles, A Brief History. I said, what Kev Mack done put together for us? So with no further ado, let's see what Kev in the city of South Central has been up to.
When people hear South Central Los Angeles, they often think of one story: violence.
11 people gunned down in a drive-by shooting. One of the victims dies. A 5-year-old boy is among those hurt.
Gangs.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they already. You know, I'm a young person who was there around the 30s. You know, I'm that nigga around here. My young nigga. My young nigga. Right here, my young nigga. I'm an infant. I'm a bucket truck. That's to say it all.
But the real story is much deeper, richer, and more powerful. This is a community built on struggle, soul, and resilience. Welcome to South Central, where history meets hustle.
Yeah, make video, you know, this is for sure.
Yeah, make video.
Open your soul, represent your ghetto, baby.
Yeah, make video.
You know, this is for sure. I ain't never heard this. Yeah, make video. Open your soul, represent your ghetto. Hold up. For the diamonds and the locs, for the 6-4s on spokes, for the OGs that did a dime, came back around on parole.
By 1920, the term South Central Los Angeles was used to refer to the vibrant black community bordered by Washington Boulevard to the north, Vernon Avenue to the south, Central Avenue to the east, and the 110 freeway to the west. Today, you still hear young residents debating if the 110 freeway actually separates the east side from the west side. The answer is no. Main Street generally serves as the east-west dividing line for postal addresses and street numbers. Anything west of Main Street are considered west side addresses.
That's crazy because like in the West Side Pyrus, at least half their hood, their addresses say LA, but they a Compton gang. But if you like on the El Segundo side, for sure, 90059, that's LA, California, but they a Compton gang.
Anything east of Main Street is considered east side addresses. Once home to working class white families in the early 20th century, South Central changed dramatically as African Americans moved in during the Great Migration. By the 1940s and 50s, it became a cultural hub for Black Los Angeles, full of jazz clubs, small businesses, and a strong sense of community. But systemic racism, like redlining and segregation, forced black residents into limited areas. Resources were restricted, opportunities denied. Still, the people endured, and a new culture thrived. During the 1950s, the term South Central Los Angeles began to be used more widely and geographically as blacks began moving further.
That's crazy. My slow-tarded self thinking South Central, the term, had something to do with the time frame of the riots and Ice Cube and my generation. It's way before me.
South along Central Avenue and further west across the 110 freeway. 60 years ago, tensions boiled over in Watts, a community in South Central, after years of police brutality and economic neglect. The 1965 Watts Rebellion lasted 6 days.
My parents moved to LA. My mother and my father moved here in 1969. So I moved here with my wife, Sharon.
Where did your parents land at? Where did they first live when they came to Los Angeles in 1969?
They lived in the jungles. But the jungles were different then. The jungles were like, for us, when there was a lot of people coming from Kansas City out to LA in the late 60s, early 70s. It was well taken care of, you know, a lot of the beautiful shrubbery. Most of the apartments, you couldn't have kids. There was no graffiti. I used to walk through the alleys in the jungle at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, going to catch the bus up on Adams, and go to my job at night out at the USC hospital, kind of USC. It was a serene time in LA. It was like, we thought of LA as a big old country town, because it was not that threat.
Fast forward to 1992, the Rodney King verdict sparked another uprising. Centered in South Central, it was frustration, decades in the making.
You see how he skipped from then right to 92. That's when we started hearing the term South Central.
To a head. These weren't just riots, they were wake-up calls, cries for change from a community that had been ignored for too long. But South Central isn't just a place of pain. It's a birthplace of expression, of art, and of voice.
South Central was the first movie to put it on the line and mention actual gangs and say Hoover Deuce.
Hoover Deuce.
I always said it like this. I was really admired, even though, I'm a naturally go with my father's movie, but I was admired South Central over all those other movies because those other movies never mentioned anything about where they was actually from. OG Bobby Johnson threw up the Deuce and said Hoover Deuce.
Got
you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Where was Doughboy from? He never said cuz once, even when he got angry. You mean to tell me ain't no Crip when they get angry is gonna say cuz? You know what I'm saying? OG Bobby Johnson said cuz. Ray Ray said cuz. All the different characters in South Central. And the biggest thing that South Central differentiates itself from Boys in the Hood. Boys in the Hood have no message. What was the message?
Either they don't know, don't show, or don't care about what's going on in the hood. The other message was a father in a young man's life goes a long way. Another message, they was warning us that gentrification was on the way. It had multiple messages in Boys in the Hood. You ain't got to shoot it down to big up South Central because your daddy was in it.
South Central, OG Bobby Johnson went to prison and changed his life from becoming a Muslim. What was the message in South? What was the message in Boys in the Hood?
Even to wear rubber, don't be out here having loose, careless sex. Man, there was a lot of messages in Boys in the Hood, bro. Come on, homie.
Doughboy got killed. Movie over. Ricky should have not went down that alley. You know.
Hey, that's a message. Stay out the streets when you got opportunities. And then when it do go down, maybe they should have separated. If they stick together, maybe both of them get shot. I don't know.
He was going to USC, he got killed. There was no message in Boys in the Hood. There was no message in Mississippi. What's the message in? Somebody tell me what's the message in Mississippi. He was about to go to Atlanta and got killed trying to protect the baby. There was no message in none of those movies. South Central was the first movie with a message.
Man, they had the Muslim. They have messages in Men's Society and in Boys in the Hood. Let me tell you something. Hollywood is not going to make those movies unless you intertwine some type of message. This is just not a fair description of the films.
And the first movie, Gangbang, a movie that mentioned actual gangs that was from LA. If you was from LA and you didn't know, you don't think, when I went to college in Oklahoma, people were talking about Hoover Deuce. I went to Langston University. It was hoods that was started over.
But is Hoover Deuce supposed to be the 5 deuces? Because I ain't never heard nobody out here bang Hoover Deuce. So that still is like a corny twist on the Hoovers. On my mama.
Movie, parts of South Central, as far as the Hoover Deuce and stuff like that. I think my father did an excellent job, but
we knew the impact. You know, I'm a major in speech communications. I knew the impact that movies, that this symbolism could have on these traditions that we were trying to change.
What was the box office sales on that movie?
Almost nothing. I was looking at that today. You know, what happened though was this. The movie was supposed to come out before April 29th, 1992. And before April 29th, 1992, South Central didn't mean anything to somebody in Iowa, in New York.
Or to even us locally as youngsters.
It wasn't like Harlem or anything. It was innocuous. But then, by the time the uprising on April 29th, 1992 came out, where Warner Brothers was going to put the film, I think, 1,500 to 3,000 screens, they had a backlash from movie house owners because they said they were going to have more security. So instead of 1,500 to 3,000 screens, it came out on 78 screens.
There was a co-follow.
Oh yeah, but the video. But after the movie came into video, it sold something like 50,000 videos at $66 each to the video stores in a week because there was so much demand.
MCs such as Ice-T, Ice Cube, Toddy T, CJ Mack, and Nipsey Hussle sensationalized the harsh realities of Los Angeles street and gang culture.
How to survive in South Central, a place where busting the cap is fundamental. You got to have cash to make it these days. You can get it at least about 100 different ways. You go to the band to get a track.
From the sounds of NWA and Kendrick Lamar to the murals that speak louder than words, South Central has always found a way to tell its story. Crenshaw Boulevard is more than a street, it's a stage. Leimert Park, a cultural gem, has been home to poets, musicians, and visionaries for decades. Some of the most historical monuments in South Central Los Angeles include the Lincoln Theater, the Dunbar Hotel, LA Memorial Coliseum, University of Southern California, West Adams, the Watts Tower, the Shrine Auditorium.
Is he going to say the Great Western Forum?
The original Wrigley Field, the LA Sports Arena.
No, that's the city of Inglewood, my bad.
The Crenshaw Wall, Holiday Bowl, Exposition Park, Jefferson Park, Leimert Park, the Slauson Swap Meet, and Mavericks Flat. Despite its richness, South Central still faces serious challenges: gentrification, underfunded schools, and ongoing policing issues. Many longtime residents are being priced out. The fabric of the neighborhood is beginning to shift. The question
Yeah, that was just Inglewood we saw in the background, though.
becomes, who gets to stay? Who benefits from revitalization? And how do we protect the culture while making room for progress? Through it all, one thing stays constant: the people, activists, business owners, teachers, artists. South Central is full of leaders, full of hope. It's home to movements for food justice, housing rights, and youth empowerment. Take a walk through the city and you'll see vendors and art projects on corners, and occasional block parties celebrating Black and brown joy. The City of Angels isn't just survival, it's revival. South Central Los Angeles isn't a headline, it's not a stereotype, it's a living, breathing story of resistance and renaissance. So the next time you hear the name, look again, listen closer, because South Central is more than what you think it is. It's everything the news media never told you it is. Thank you for watching. If you learned something new, hit like, subscribe, and share the real story of South Central. Have a good day.
Right on, Kev Mack. Good job. Y'all go over there to Kev Mack videos. Hit that subscribe button, man. He did a good job on the documentary. I ain't mad at him, man. Very well put together. But what could I say other than to live and die in L.A.? South Central, that is.
To live and die in L.A. To live and die in L.A. To live and die in L.A. To live and die in L.A.
Act a fool for the paper, spend it wisely. See, some supposed to wanna see me win, despise me before my eyes. In disguise, ain't got no friends. Mama been advised me, instead of building me up, they minimize me. In the end, all the energy just energized me. On top of the sin and that genocide me. Same time, no kind trying to genocide me. Set tripping days, finished finally. Been behind me, go on, run that business by me. I'm a businessman with a business mind, handling business with a big ass sig beside me. Y'all know me, no sleeping, no slipping. Still hit the streets one deep and go dipping. No retreating, no tripping. Think twice before creeping, no crippin'. It's me.
Cause these streets ain't playing fair. You niggas want a problem, we can take it. To live and die in L.A. Your own homies that'll take you out. I pray to God that I make it out. To live and die in L.A. Where niggas chucking up gang signs. Get it cracking in the summertime. To live and die in L.A. Nigga, all that shit trick. Everywhere I go, I keep it with. To live and die in L.A.
I handle business, keep my hand on the stizzle. By any means necessary, nigga, I'm a kizzle. The dog and the spider creeping back on the mission. So you bitch ass niggas see, don't act different. You know I'm with it cause I'm down for the cause. Fuck the police, I'm breaking the law. Big drink, big smoke, and some big guns. To let you know, motherfucker, that I ain't the one. And nigga, that but you can call me Dash Dilly, I'm the crib guy. Hard praise in the city, on crib. But see, you better not slip, you get faked down, laid down, all by the cliff. You know the Lokes is out, the dog is out. You know them niggas that you let it hate with no doubt. You know it's DAT and the SPI. We represent West Coast to the day.
To live and die in L.A. Cause these streets ain't playing fair. You niggas want a problem, we can take it. To live and die in L.A. Your own homies that'll take you out. I pray to God that I make it out. To live and die in L.A. Where niggas chucking up gang signs. Get it cracking in the summertime. To live and die in L.A. Nigga, all that shit trick. Everywhere I go, I keep it with. To live and die in L.A.
Nightwood and that Hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.
It's the homie Cook-Up Boss, goddammit, Cub Low. And y'all tuning in to the Wake and Bake Show with goddammit the homeboy Spider Low.
I'm here with SPI, the realest nigga in LA.
Spider this bitch!
My nigga Spider Low. Spider Low, nigga.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
So Spider looks at me because we go back to the juvenile side of the county.
What the fuck?
My nigga.
Spider Low.
Spider Low. Shout out to SPI, that motherfucking nigga.
Spider Low, Wake and Bake. Better keep it Google, nigga.
Loke is in LA somewhere doing what he's doing.
In the words of Spider Loke on my mama's mama.
Spider Loke's gear. This is Bay Mac.
Nightwood, C-Mac. Shout out my Loke. Spider Loke, huh? Nightwood, on hood. It's a beautiful world. You fight me? Fight, cred.
Point blank, through no subliminal dissing. When I listen, I can tell you never been on no mission. Sticking to the script, don't care if I offend you. Neighborhood crib, the marathon
I overlook my competition, never seeing them. I done trained my mind that I'm going. You could tell by how I walk, talk, I'm a boss. A east side millionaire, homie, what you thought? My life is a movie. They can't get close to me. They mad cause they can't be. I'm everything that they wanna be, yeah.
You are now in the Black Box with Spider Loke, Most Easty, aka BJ Keyway, and the Google Gang.
Let's go!